Hey guys, I'm back with a video I did not think I would be recording anytime soon, and that would be Dagath Perfected. Um, or not perfected. Propaganda is my word for it. But this was a suggestion from a crazy name by a viewer, by the way. Short and Ungut is this guy's name. I built Dagath finally, and she's actually pretty good. You should totally make a Dagath Propaganda video when you get the time. And I was like, sure, I'll add them to my list. I didn't think I was going to be making a propaganda video, as nobody's ever suggested me to create a propaganda video. And I was kind of just going to do those on my own whim whenever I found crazy builds. Well, basically earlier today, as you guys can tell, this is kind of a later upload. I usually upload kind of earlier in the day, but I I was messing around with a Wisp build because Whammy Wham suggested it. Sorry, Whammy Wham, not this video, but I'm working on one, and I was just not really proud of what I was making there. I'm like, what am I adding to the world and to the void of 1,000 Wisp videos with this video? And it just wasn't very much. So I'm just gonna keep on working on that. So I was like, well, what's another suggested frame? And I was like, I just saw Dagath because she's up at the top of my frame suggestion list. So messing around with her, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's disgusting. I'm like, why has this frame always been under my radar? I had her built her again recently, and I just was like, I don't really like her that much. Uh, I don't know why my brain wasn't just facilitating everything she's doing and everything she is capable of doing. So, without further ado, I mean, let's just get into the video. Uh, we're going to start off immediately showing the build, talking about a helminth, and why I'm using it. Okay. I am using Omamori from Kome. This is a helminth I hope that is a completely new upload to YouTube on Dagath. Uh, and if it is, that's amazing because I'm so happy to talk about it. Guys, this on Kome, in all of my experience of testing and formatting this build, there was not a single time I ever went into my Grave Spirit mode. Um, I believe that's the name of the mode. Let's see. Yeah, I never, no, spectral form. I never went into my spectral form. I never, I never died. But if you do die, obviously your spectral form is there to literally just save your life. You're completely invulnerable for, on this build, almost 13 seconds, and then you can just pop it again in 25 seconds. We also have shield getting built onto this build, and the reason why Omamori was going crazy was the fact that Omamori has a 50% chance for you to just not take damage, and that can proc every 3 seconds. It's insane. It is so strong. I have been using this in a lot more frames recently, but I am finding this to be used best on the Goth. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Um let's go back out a little bit. On this frame build, I am using a 10% ability strength shard to satisfy my brain for hitting a strength threshold. Not important. Not important at all. As you will hit that threshold anyways with this build with what we have set up. What is necessary though is casting speed shards. One, two, whatever you want to use, whatever feels comfortable to you. I would absolutely suggest one though. If you're not using one, you're going to be overwhelmed with the amount of time that you're in casting animations with how much you spam your one and two. Okay. With that, let's talk about other possibilities with shards. The world's your oyster, guys. The Goth is literally insane, like stupid, stupid, stupid good. If you want to use red shards for ability, I mean for primary status chance, so then you're boofing. You're buffing status chance, crit chance, and critical damage on this build. You can absolutely do that. If you want to use red shards for even further ability strength to buff your crit damage from Grave Spirit more, be my guest. I mean, world's your oyster. Do whatever you want. You can use purple shards for melee crit damage if you really want to. We're going to be focusing mainly on primary on this video, but like literally anything, guys. If you guys want to drop your suggestions for what you personally use in the comments and what you guys end up with, go for it. Uh, I just want to show how strong she is without that. Okay, back to the build. your bread and butter with this build. 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are literally insane. So this is going to save you at any level of game. We are not building like status immunity onto this build. We don't have rolling guard because if you have a status that's going to kill you, you have your third. It is insane. It is so strong. 25 seconds of staying alive in between those statuses is really, really not that bad. I personally didn't have any issues with it. If you need to, you can replace catalyzing shield for rolling guard, or you could replace like prime flow for rolling guard, and you could put blue shards on your warframe for energy max. Okay. But yeah, your 2 and your 3 are your bread and butter. Let's talk about your 3 a little bit. So your 3 gives like just the entire time you're in it, which is just you just cast it and you're in it. There's no duration on it. It's up until you die. You just get 147% crit damage on this build before our conditional buff from Archon Intensify. You get 147% additive crit damage, like modded crit damage. That's insane. What's more insane is if they're affected by your 2, it's 294% crit damage. That is literally insane. You combine Tenacious Bond, which we are using on this build with this, and it's just nuts. Also, the 2 is one of the strongest abilities in the game. Let's just go ahead and pull this up. I'm not going to explain it here in this video, but if you want to read it, here you go. Pause the video, take a read. For the intents and purposes of this video, it's just more damage. This ability and your first have more, have a strength threshold. That strength threshold for your 2 is 286, as detailed here. And your strength threshold for your 1 is going to be 272, just like Gloom. So that is the reason why we put on that red shard, just for kind of peace of mind and reading the stat cards, seeing the highest buffs possible. Your 1 is a 95% slow that lasts for 6.38 seconds, and that may sound like a really short amount of time, but with how much you're spamming your abilities on this warframe, I promise that's plenty of time. That is plenty of time. Let's talk about your 2 and synergies with your 1. So that is going to be right here. Strike doom foes with weird scythes to trigger Phantom Wrath. Phantom Wrath is right up here. While refreshing doom on the target's hit and spreading the curse to enemies within a 15 moddable meter radius around the doom foes. That is crazy. That is so strong. So good. So you're gonna have like every enemy affected with viral, which is what your 1 does. You're gonna have like every enemy affected by doom, which is going to give you more crit damage, and it's going to boost your damage because the way that this status works. And it's just nuts, and you just can't die. So craziness. You know, it'd be even better if we could take advantage of all that crit damage and build some crit chance. Well, good news, we absolutely can. And without sacrificing our helminth slot like we do on the Styanax video. Also, in the comments of that Styanax video, you probably saw someone detailing the fact that you can use a companion, specifically Diriga, to get stacks of arcane hotshot. I didn't in that video because I found that helmet specifically synergized a lot with Styanax 2, so that's why I used it. But in this video, we are absolutely going to be taking advantage of that. So let's talk about this real quick. We are using Combat Discipline to proc Avenger. This is going to damage you whenever you get a kill, which has a 21% chance of proccing Avenger. So every single time you get a kill, 21% chance of proccing Avenger. Then we have Arcane Hotshot. By the way, this is 45% flat crit chance. Then we have Arcane Hotshot. This is going to be 300% crit chance that is always up. Diriga is fantastic at keeping this up with the build that I'm going to showcase today. Replicate what you can. If you do not have a max level Arcane Hotshot, that is okay. It just means you're not going to be seeing the exact crit numbers that you're going to be seeing in this video. But just use what you can. These propaganda videos I know are high investment, but that's kind of going to be kind of a common theme, considered these are supposed to be my version of like perfected videos. Okay. Let's get on to how we are proccing Arcane Hotshot real quick, and then we will come back to the build. Okay. Diriga's Arc Coil, when procced, and Electropulse is considered a ability that meets the threshold of Arcane Hotshot. There's a lot of other really crazy interactions with this, not just Arcane Hotshot, but for the case of this video, that is what we are using it for. Also, what it doesn't detail is the fact that this is going to take the modded elements. I believe it doesn't. It's going to take the modded elements of your weapon when it does this shock. So that is why we have heat on our weapon. We also have a lot of other statuses, which is really nice for Guncio. And we also have 2 auger mods. This is important. We're going to come back to this. But most important things here are Prime Pistol Gambit, or if you don't want to form like a goober like me, just Creeping Bullseye, as the minus fire rate isn't going to affect this build because we're not having the gun attack. We're just using it as a status stat stick for our Arc Coil and Electropulse. This heat mod right here is important. Need to make sure you have that on the build. But then let's get back over to this. So we are using Tenacious Bond. Tenacious Bond is so extremely important on this build because it is going to allow us to take even further advantage of the additive crit bonus, the modded crit bonus from our third. This is going to increase our base critical multiplier, just meaning the bonuses that we get from that modded crit chance just becomes way larger, or crit damage becomes way larger. So need to have this, need to have these two, and need to have Manifold Bond. Manifold Bond is going to allow you to pop the ability more often. What we're using for survivability is Prime Regen, Contagious Bond, Accelerated Deflection, Vacuum because it's Warframe, and then I think we didn't talk about this, sorry. I didn't mean to say Contagious Bond to keep our companion alive. Momentous Bond to keep our companion alive. We are also using Synth Construct to create more orbs. That actually is doing nothing on this build, so if you want to use something else here, you absolutely can. What I would suggest probably would be Guardian, because this is going to refresh your shield every 30 seconds, and that will be happening more often because of Manifold Bond. So here's going to be your companion build. Here is your companion weapon build. We'll get back to why that companion weapon mod build, specifically those auger mods, are important. But yeah, let's get back to the Warframe build. Combat Discipline, Avenger, and Hotshot. You now know how Hotshot's proccing. You understand how Avenger's proccing. Let's talk about how we combat Combat Discipline damage towards you, so you're not killing yourself, which is fine if you do that on this build because you can literally just come back to life, but it'd be nice if we could combat that a little more than just Equilibrium. Omamori doesn't just block shots for us. This is going to also heal us. Like 50% of the time when it's going to absorb that block chance, or whenever it's going to absorb it, the charm, and give us block chance, it is going to heal us. And that heal is enough to keep up with max level Combat Discipline, which is really nice because that allows this build to happen, especially with one of our first mods here. So our first mod is Archon Intensify. This procs from Omamori. It's amazing. It's a really cool synergy. So we have Omamori doing so many things in this build. Omamori is keeping us alive, literally. I mean, Grave Spirit's doing that, but this is just keeping it so we don't even have to use our Grave Spirit. The death part of Grave Spirit. We're getting the crit damage all the time. That's the important part. We're keeping up Grave Spirit always by using Omamori. Combat Discipline is fighting against us. We are using Omamori for that. And Omamori can benefit from Archon Intensify, or Archon Intensify can benefit from Omamori. The rest of the build is going to be Prime Flow, Equilibrium. That is going to combat with the spam of our 1 and 2 like we talked about. You're going to be using these abilities a lot, especially with how we just talked about how good Doom is, and Weird Sights. We are using Continuity to buff our duration a little bit so our slow lasts a little bit longer. Our duration on Doom lasts a little bit longer, and it increases our time invulnerable. You could be fine running it like this and using a different mod, but it's kind of like, what other mod would you use? We are using Archon Stretch. The reason why we're using this is this also procs from our companion's Arc Coil. So we're just getting energy per second, just kind of like passively. There's just no reason not to use this here. So we're absolutely using it. We are also using Transient Fortitude, Blind Rage, and Catalyzing Shields. The reason why we're using these two is to aim for that strength threshold. Obviously, strength is going to be super strong when building strength is just going to give us more crit damage too. So there you go. And then catalyzing shields. Let's talk about this. So catalyzing shields lies to you. First part is not a lie. The second part is. It says 1.33 full shield gate immunity duration. What that should say is full shield gate immunity duration. Or sorry, just shield gate immunity duration. I don't know why I just repeated it. My bad. But you do not need full shield. You just need any shield, and you're going to get that 1.33 shield gate. And that is where our augur mods come in on our companion weapon. These are going to give us shield on ability cast. So we are just literally, as you will see in gameplay, unkillable. Completely unkillable. We have so many layers of survivability on this build. Which is all not even really necessary because of Grave Spirit, but it just means we can keep up our buff from Grave Spirit, which is our bread and butter, even more. So, that's our frame build explained. Let's move on to another kind of star of the show in this video. The Acceltra Prime. I always have found this weapon to be so underwhelming, and I've never really understood why this was such a highly used weapon. On Dagath, though, I can absolutely understand that because the damage is just out of this world. The build we're using in this video is going to be multi-shot, critical delay, vial acceleration, prime firestorm to increase our explosion radius on our shots. This is a substantial buff as well because the base duration is large. We are raising it by 2.2 meters. So, absolutely worth slotting here. Amalgam Serration for the sprint speed and the damage boost because we cannot take advantage of Galvanized Aptitude on this build, as 90% of the time we are actually just going to be killing with the radial attack. We are using Malignant Force and Prime Cryo rounds for viral. Do what you can here for that. And we are using Vital Sense. If you don't want to build viral because we're going to be spreading viral through our whole kit, you can absolutely just build corrosive. We are also using Ammo Drum. This weapon has an extremely low ammo maximum. 96. So that's why we're using Ammo Drum. If you'd rather use Rifle Ammo Mutation, you can. The problem with this weapon isn't ammo pickups. You get plenty on pickup. It's just, are you going to get enough pickups? And Ammo Drum just allows me to like not really worry about going for pickups as often. So this just does the job. We are using Merciless. If you want to use something else, once again, you can. Buffing the reload speed on this build feels nice. You also do get the reload speed while sprinting. So just less time reloading. It's just nice, especially because we have high fire rate. Okay. Let's talk about the next weapon in this video that matters, the Dorrclave. So this isn't even a complete build. As you guys can see, I don't even have it fully leveled, but this is her specific weapon. I just wanted to showcase it in this video. Once again, using a really boring melee influence build, but it is a really strong weapon, so I just want to show it off real quick. Also, for the case of, for the sake of the video, whenever we are in game, I'm gonna go ahead and take off this Sandana. It looks amazing, but it's just, it's a bit much. Okay, let's showcase this real quick. So, it has a really cool unique bonus, which we're gonna read afterward, but it also just does a lot of damage, like a lot of damage, and we're gonna showcase what like type of damage we're talking about once I get my 3 up. We'll do for this next one. Like, as you guys can see, that is absolutely evaporating the enemies. The stance is really nice too, but let's talk about the special thing that the Dorrclave is doing and why our crosshair looks like that. So, the Dorrclave, after 10 kills, gain 50% follow through. That is insane because that puts us at 100% follow through, meaning every enemy that we hit it with our attack is going to have. Oh my gosh. Okay. Just caught myself with a little bit of a stupid build here. Guys, I don't have primed reach. Okay. This is gonna have to work for right now. We're just gonna do this. Okay, this is gonna have to work for right now. But 50% follow through is literally insane, by the way, because that gives you 100% follow through. That means every enemy that you hit with your attack after your first hit is going to take equal amount of damage. If you guys didn't know the follow through stat existed, I can't blame you, because most of the time when you're just swinging your melee, people die. But this just means every enemy that you hit with every melee swing will take the most amount of damage possible. It's just insane. You also get 100% status chance, which is great. Gain 6 health per active status effect on struck enemies when wielded by Dagath. That's also a really nice bonus. This is just a melee influence build. Just wanted to show it off, show that it is an option, show that it's pretty strong, especially on Dagath. Definitely influence doing most of the heavy lifting here, but that crit damage from Dagath is allowing this to kill so much quicker. It is just literally insane, and we can afflict these guys with Doom, and it's just going to literally instantly kill them with the DOTs. Craziness, really strong weapon. I actually had a hard time leveling it because I wasn't killing with it, I was killing with Doom too much, which is quite funny. But yeah, that's the Dorrclave. The main star of this video is going to be the Acceltra, though. I think that is everything explained. We are using the auger mods for catalyzing shield for every single time we get shield to have 1.33 second shield gates. Going for a specific strength threshold that we are actually going over with Archon Intensify. We are using Archon Stretch, which is procced by our companion. Arcane Hotshot, which is procced by our companion. Combat Discipline, which is countered by Omamori. And Omamori is also allowing us to stay in our 3 more and keep us alive whenever our 3 is used, which is really important. Because if you die, you have 25 seconds you're going to have to survive before you can pop it again. And Omamori is really great at helping out with that, especially catalyzing shields as well. So, let's get into the gameplay and just prepare to be mind blown because this frame is literally insane. The crit damage buff is just literally insane. When you add in crit chance, you are just doing so much crit damage. Absolutely make sure you have Tenacious Bond on your build so you can take advantage of this fully. Keep an eye up top right to see how reliably Hotshot is being procced. It will probably shock you. It's really impressive, actually. And if you have less statuses, it's going to be even better at keeping it up, or higher weighting on heat. So just keep that in mind. If you ever see it go down, just know you could be doing better than I am. For the sake of the video, I am using an energy pad here at the beginning just to kind of keep things, get it rolling a little bit quicker here. You do not have to do that. You can just pop your 3 at the beginning and you'll be fine. Immediately, you guys can kind of see how strong this is. It's just nuts. She just melts. She is an insane weapon platform. If you want to use her 4th, we'll talk about another video. We'll talk about her in another video in the future that allows you to utilize her 4th and still spread Doom. But that's not this video. This is gonna be a perfected video. I just was having fun with 2 builds with her today. I'm like, okay, Wisp is gonna have to wait because this deserves to be a propaganda video. This is like literally insane, as you guys can see. And the Acolyte kill time is gonna blow your mind. If you guys have used the Acceltra, I mean, you probably know it does not do the most damage ever. It's a great trash mob clearer, but it's not usually this great. You're also probably not used to seeing these level of crits on it. You probably are used to just seeing pure yellows with a little bit of orange mixed in, as that's what it can do with critical delay, but probably not red crits. So yeah, you can imagine how much your damage is being amplified with Grave Spirit here. It's just, gosh, 324% crit damage on enemies afflicted by Doom. It is nuts. It is incredible. And you're also seeing how easily I'm just staying alive. Like, guys, I'm not even getting hit, really. Like, they're not even able to take out my shields fully. And when they do, I mean, or when they get close to, Omamori is just going to pop. So, like, our 3 is always up. So we are always getting that crit damage. We're never going into the Spectral Spirit state. Or the Grave Spirit state. I'm not really sure what it's called. The Spectral form. Whenever you pass away, you're going to. But, yeah, this build is literally insane. We're actually showing it on a tile set that's not too great. It's a little too open, actually. Not really being too great with spreading Doom or weird sites too much, but As you guys can see, the energy economy is great. That is also going to come into the fact that her passive is literally just like energized, that is more frequent for health orbs and energy orbs. So fantastic passive. And I mean, just a fantastic frame. I mean, it's got to be like the most underrated gun platform frame. I don't see people talking about this frame enough. I wasn't talking about this frame enough. I wasn't playing her enough. Safe to say that is going to change now. It is absolutely going to change now. Short and Uncut, thanks for the suggestion. Crazy name, by the way. Crazy name. I don't know if that's your name on purpose for the sake of the recommendation, but I love the name. Pretty awesome. Right here was like the first time Hotshot went down. As you guys can see, I'm doing orange crits instead of red crits, but you guys can see it slowly build back up top right. Not as reliable of upkeep as you would expect on just any ability that applies heat. Normally, I mean, it's pretty fantastic. We are proccing this really often. I mean, if you guys are just seeing the kill time on these Eximus, it is just literally insane. And that's like not even one affected by Doom. It's just crazy. And it's crazy to think this is the Acceltra doing this. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm hitting on this weapon a little bit too much, but it's just not this strong. And the horde clear capability of it is what makes it so strong, I feel like, specifically on her, because that gives us crazy horde clearing capabilities. Even with not the greatest enemy flow, like, this is not a good tile set by any means. We're getting really good KPM. Not really good. I mean, we're getting decent KPM. But if you guys can imagine, if there were more enemies, it's not like it's going to be a problem killing them, so... yeah. She is incredible. We're going to stay for the Acolyte, as we usually do, and we'll call it there. But I absolutely wanted to get this video out. Dude, I just was not expecting this to be a propaganda video, but is absolutely one. I'm so excited to get this out. Not sound like it. So I'm a little bummed out about the Wisp builds, but not bummed out about this at all. This frame's incredible. And the Dorrclave is really good too. I'm not using it in this video, but I just wanted to show it off a little bit in the sim as another little fun weapon, because it is her personal weapon, so I think it's pretty cool. As you guys can imagine, building a little bit more range on this definitely wouldn't hurt either. Let's go ahead and hit this guy with Bloom. And he's dead. I mean, with Gloom, sorry, with Doom. I'm so used to saying like Gloom and Doom is like a saying, like, I feel like, right? I don't know. But I'm like thinking that their two's Gloom and their one's Doom or something. I don't know. I'm getting everything mixed up. Gloom is a whole nother ability. You guys know what I mean. Hopefully I don't say that too many times in the video. I feel like I just caught myself there, but yeah. Like, let's also show off this killing, the Doom. It's kind of weird. It's like you're not really going to see it kill, because it's like the way it works is it's going to absorb the damage you deal onto the target and deal it back again in true damage with the sight above their head. But like, once again, you're not going to see that because we're just killing everything instantly anyways. Like, she's too good. And like, guys, as you guys can see, this is not like strong at low levels. This is going to be a fantastic weapons platform at level cap. Our survivability is not like tanking at all. There's no tanking involved in this, literally at all. It's just spamming our abilities to keep up our shield gate and using Omamori just to help out with that even more. It's so strong, and that Omamori is going to be the thing that's going to be a little like iffy once you get to level cap, keeping yourself alive with that. I mean, but it's like shield gate. It's like we're not shield tanking. It's like sometimes you think we are supposed to be shield tanking with this build because how high our shields are getting, but I mean, we're using catalyzing shields. That's all over shield. So yeah, like our shield gate is locked at a certain number, so just remember that. This is absolutely level cap viable. The only thing that's going to limit you is the weapon you bring, as she is a weapons platform with this specific build. Guys, that's Dagath. Thank you so much for watching. I just really wasn't expecting this video to be the one that got released today. I was thinking I'm either gonna do Outlaws, Void Cascade suggestion, like level cap Void Cascade frame recommendations, but I'm like, I kind of all of my frame recommendations, like these are the builds I run in Void Cascade level cap. I just want to say that real quick. Like that Araxia video, I literally like the day before, not the day before, like it was like a week honestly, but like the week before, that's the build I was using at level cap. So I just want to say that like all the builds I showcase are the builds that I use always. They're not like, oh, this is like a cool build I found that I'm just going to show on YouTube for you guys to use, but I'm going to use something better. These are the builds I use. These are the weapons I use. Yeah. But yeah, guys, this was Dagath. Short and uncut, man. Crazy name, by the way. But thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for staying engaged in the community tabs. Before we end this video here, I want to talk about something. If your frame recommendation is not here on this list, either please go to my community tab and please reply to this or respond with a frame that may have been lost in time. Like if you guys have already suggested it, I'm sorry. And if it's not on this list, yeah, I'm sorry. If you have another video style recommendation, please just let me know. I have plenty of stuff planned, but if there's like specific content that you guys want to see, please do let me know. Thank you guys for watching. You guys have an amazing evening. This has been Dagath Propaganda. Crazy stuff, crazy frame. Please try her. We'll go over the builds one more time. You guys saw the Archon Shards. We got casting speed and non-Tauforged strength. Omamori over the 4th. Here's the build. Let's talk about again how this is procking. Arcane Hotshots procking from our companion. Stretches procking from our companion. Archon Intensifies procking from Omamori, which is being procced by Combat Discipline. Combat Discipline is then procking Avenger. Catalyzing Shield is being taken advantage of by our companion weapon, which has Augur mods on it. We are using Blind Rage, Transient Fortitude, and our Singular Strength Shard and Archon Intensify to reach our strength threshold. Not necessary because we hit it anyways. It's just conditional. Of 272, 286, Equilibrium and Flow to combat the energy, and Prime Continuity because why not? And Prime Sure-Footed because it's Prime Sure-Footed. I don't even need to talk about it anymore. Companion build. Companion weapon build. Dorrclave, we didn't use in the video. But the Acceltra that we did use in the video, no Riven, crushing it right there, as you guys can see. Love it. Love you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for the amazing support. And you guys have an amazing day, evening, afternoon, whenever you see this.